Here in the last month, Elon Musk was at an international summit, and he made a statement that's got a lot of Christians talking, to say the least, many of whom are upset with what he said. And I might have a slightly different take on that. So we're actually going to get right into it, and then we'll dissect it from there.
Perhaps to some degree, there's also not that many people are aware of Neuralink, which is creating a cybernetic interface to AI from your brain. And it has enabled people who have completely lost their brain-body connection to speak again and to use their computer and their phone. And we believe it will enable people to walk again. Because you can take the signals from the brain, from the motor cortex, and if somebody has, say, a severe spinal injury, you can transmit those signals to a second neural implant and reanimate the body so that people can use their limbs and we think at some point live a normal life by effectively bridging the signals from the brain to past the point in the spine where the damage has occurred. These are pretty wild things that are possible. And then later this year, we expect to do our first implant for what we call blind sight, where even if somebody has lost both eyes or lost the optic nerve, or perhaps has not even been able to has never seen, even if they were blind at birth, it will give them initially limited vision, but I think over time, very precise vision, perhaps superhuman vision. So, restoring control of people who are tetraplegics and restoring sight, I think, are pretty big deals. They're sort of what I might call like sort of Jesus level or sort of technologies.
Miracles.
Miracles, yes, exactly. I mean, miracles of science.
So that's the statement. You heard it. Jesus-like technologies, Jesus-like miracles. And that's the one that's got a lot of Christians upset. And honestly, when I first saw this, of course, I heard all the uproar, and then I was like, oh, I've got to check this out and see what this is about. And when I first watched it, honestly, when I heard him say that, what it made me think of was a passage in John chapter 14. And this is actually Jesus speaking himself. And this is what he says, John chapter 14, verse 12. He says, "Very truly I tell you, whoever believes in me will do the works I have been doing, and they will do even greater things than these, because I am going to the Father." He tells us that we will do even greater things than he did. And this isn't the Apostle Paul writing this. This isn't Peter writing this. These are Jesus's very own words. And he is telling his disciples that we're going to do even greater things than what he did. Well, I guess we could figure out what the word works means. And leave that open for translation. Is Jesus talking about miracles? Are we going to be able to do greater miracles than what Jesus did? He's talking about works in some regards because that's what he says. So what works exactly is he talking about? And what exactly is that going to look like? Is Jesus talking about, now obviously Jesus's miracles were a supernatural miracle, separate from technology. When he healed blind people, he didn't have the aid of technology. He just had God powers and used supernatural powers to heal the people. And so I think that kind of sets itself in its own category. And so when Elon Musk is talking about, miraculous technology or Jesus-like technology, man, I just can't help but think that maybe that's what this is talking about. And I don't know why people have a problem with us doing greater things than what Jesus did. I mean, Jesus himself said that we would do that. And then I also got to thinking, why would we not want blind people to see? Why would we not want paralyzed people to walk again? Why would we not want somebody with Alzheimer's to get their, mental state back? To me, these sound like incredible things. And I just already know that if this ends up working out, which I think it probably will, I guarantee you there's going to be Christians that will bash other people for getting this Neuralink. In the meantime, it's like, well, what if you were paralyzed? What if you were paralyzed and you couldn't walk? And then all of a sudden they came out with some sort of technology that gave you the ability to walk again. What if you were blind? What if you could never see? And then they came out with some sort of technology that allowed you to see the world for the first time. why would you not get that technology? Me personally, I have no problem with this statement whatsoever. Now, we don't know if Elon Musk, we don't know if he's saved or not. That's between him and God. I do know that all the podcasts that I've watched with him, anytime he's talked about it, if I had to say one way or another, it certainly seems like he leans in the direction of Christianity. But again, at the end of the day, God's the one who makes that call. But if I had to put my stamp of approval, I guess, on it, not that it matters, I certainly think this guy is on the good side of things. I don't think he's on the bad side of history with this. But yeah, I'd love to know what you guys think. What exactly is Jesus saying when he tells us that we're going to do even greater things than he did? And then also, what do you guys think of this Neuralink technology? Do you think this is going to be good or bad? Let's get the conversation going. So leave your comments in the comment section below. Hope you guys have a good day, and God bless.